You ever heard that old superstition that you're supposed to hold your breath when you drive past a cemetery? Yeah, I used to do that as a kid, too. None of us really knew why we did it. It was just one of those weird playground rules, like not stepping on a crack or saying Bloody Mary in the mirror. But I never questioned it. I just did it. And well, now I know why. When I was little, my friends and I would take it seriously. Didn't matter who was driving. If the car started rolling past a cemetery, everyone would panic. We'd scramble to roll up those old crank windows, and I'd use every ounce of my scrawny kid strength to twist that handle shut before we crossed the cemetery gates. I'd suck in a big breath, hold it tight in my chest, and wouldn't let it go until the tombstones disappeared from view. Back then, it was a game. Now it's something else entirely. I'm about to turn 30, and even though I've grown out of most childhood habits, that one stuck. I told myself it was harmless. Superstition, maybe a good luck charm. I figured it couldn't hurt. Whenever I saw a cemetery, I'd quietly roll up the windows, take a deep breath, and hold it. It was almost automatic. But the other day, I messed up, and that's when everything started to fall apart. I had just moved to a new town. I was heading to the craft store, taking some back roads that looked harmless enough. Long stretches of green fields, curving hills, nothing unusual. But that's when I saw the first cemetery, and the second, and the third. Apparently, this town really likes to bury its dead. I told myself not to be ridiculous. I wasn't going to let some kid's game dictate my route. So I kept driving. Windows down, music low, and when I saw the next set of headstones, I didn't hold my breath. At first, nothing happened. I drove past, reached the craft store, got what I needed. Life went on. It wasn't until the next morning that I knew something was wrong. I woke up with this pounding headache, like something was pressing on the inside of my skull. My eyes were bloodshot, my nose swollen. There was a trail of dried blood running from my ear down my neck. It looked like something had tried to get out. Looking back, I know exactly when it happened. I was driving past the first cemetery when my phone buzzed. I know I shouldn't have looked, but I was waiting for an important work message. Instead, it was a text from my sister, freaking out because her boyfriend didn't like cats. That's what distracted me. That's why I didn't see the cemetery until I was right in the middle of it. By the time I realized where I was, it was already too late. The windows were still down. I hadn't held my breath. I hit the window buttons immediately, but it didn't matter. The air had already changed. It felt thicker, colder, like the atmosphere inside the car had shifted. But I shrugged it off, told myself it was just nerves. That night, though, I started feeling sick. By morning, my skin was burning hot, my eyes were swelling, and then the real horror began. Over the next 48 hours, everything started to fall apart, literally. My hair came out in clumps, my fingernails peeled off like wet paper. Even my voice, gone, just rasping breaths and choking sounds. When I looked in the mirror, my chest had sunk in, my neck looked shriveled, and I could see the outlines of my throat beneath my skin. It was like something was hollowing me out. I don't think there's anything left to do now. I can barely type, my last finger shaking. I'm leaving this as a warning. If you're driving past a cemetery, keep your windows closed. Hold your breath. Don't look away. Because once they get in, you don't get them out. I can't breathe anymore. Feels like the ghosts are still taking my air. I think I only have a few more moments left before... Just don't forget to breathe, but not near a cemetery.